Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ibrahim. Now, if you want to learn how to build a website, I repeat, if you want to learn how to build a website, you are in the right place. Congratulations. Congratulations. You are in the right place. Over here, I'll teach you everything you need to know when you want to build a standard website. Trust me, I'll teach you everything you need to know when you want to build a standard website. So first of all, we need to explain. Now we need to explain a markup language. Now we have, if you want to learn anything, first thing first, you need to learn the history behind it so that it's going to be more interesting to learn. Now, what is HTML? HTML stands for what? Hypertext Markup Language. Was introduced in what? 1990. Are you with me? Now, HTML5 was recommended as the what? As the standard by what? W3 School in what? 1997. Now, we have version of what? Of HTML. We have the version of what? Of HTML. We have 3.0, we have 3.2, we have 4.0, we have 5.0. Now, we are using the standard what? Version right now. Now, HTML is just like a skeleton of a website. How we want a website to look like. Now, first thing first, if you want to build a land, let's say you want to build a house for instance. Now, first thing first, you need a land. What is the land? On the land, that's the land where we are going to build our house, right? Now, the land over here, if you want to build a website, you also need the land too. The land, for instance, I'm just saying for instance, you need the land. So the land is our what? Is our IDE. What of IDE? IDE stands for what? Integrated Development Environment. It's a software application that helps web programmers to develop what? Software code. Now, which IDE we are going to be using? The common one is what? Is the Visual Studio Code. Now, Visual Studio Code is going to help us to write what? To write our HTML code so we can build our website. So general name they call it just like IDE. Which IDE are you using? Which IDE are you using? Just like a general name. When you say you are eating, okay, I'm eating. What are you eating? I'm eating rice. Stuff like that. So now we need to learn how we can download our Visual Studio Code. So just come over here, just type out Visual Studio Code. You click on this. So now after you click on it, if you are using the one for Mac, just come over here and download it. So please pause this video and make sure you have your Visual Studio Code. Now, thank you very much. Now let's go back to it. We have what called what? HTML stands for what? Hypertext Markup Language. Now, was introduced in what? In 1995. So now we already have a land. So HTML is just going to allow us how we can structure how our website should look like. Okay, I want this one to be like this. I want this one to be like this. I want this one to be like this. Now, CSS stands for what? Cascading Style Sheet. Are you with me? Cascading Style Sheet. Now, we don't call it a language. We call it a what? It's a markup language. And create and design the structure of your what? Of the web page. Now, I believe you already have your Visual Studio Code installed. So now let's get to it. Now come to anywhere in your desktop. In my class, I have what we call what? Housekeeping. So come to anywhere in your desktop. Now just create a new folder. We are going to do some housekeeping. How we are going to structure everything we are going to be learning in our class, so that you can go back to it and okay, fine, I want to do this. So you can go back to it if you don't remember anything. So now you can just give this one should be what? HTML CSS class. Now, if you ask me, you see I'm not putting any space. Instead, I'm putting a what? An hyphen. I'll tell you the reason why in the future. So open it. Open the folder, then create a new folder. It's going to be what? HTML basics. Now you have HTML basics. Now come to your Visual Studio Code. Come to your Visual Studio Code. Come to your Visual Studio Code. Now this is your Visual Studio Code. Now you need to what? Open a folder. since it's a folder we create, open a folder. Okay, over here in my in my desktop, in my document, HTML class. Then now we have this is the folder we are going to be working on. This is the folder we are going to be working on. Now remember, we are writing HTML5. Are you with me? We are writing HTML5. Now we need to create a we need to create a file. Are you with me? We need to create a file. So we need to create a file. So now we have .txt file, we have .txt file, which is which is for the text. Now if you want to create a file, we need to create a file which the Visual Studio Code himself going to know that, okay, now we are trying to we want to write an HTML. So now the common traditional name they use, index dot extension dot HTML. Are you with me? Dot HTML. Now the Visual Studio Code himself already knows that okay, we are trying to write an HTML code. Are you with me? We are trying to write HTML code dot HTML. So just the traditional name. You can write .Brahim HTML code, you can write your name .html code, and so on and so forth. Now if you actually like this my icon over here, you can just come over here. You can download VS Code. Where is it? VS Code. Yeah, you can download this. So now we need to download a live server. What is live server? Now everything we are doing on our Visual Studio Code, we want to be seeing the result on our browser. So we need to download an extension which is the live server. That's its own job. So now live server is going to help us. Now since you are new to this, you'll be seeing go live over here. Over in your place, if you have not installed live server, you'll not be seeing go live. But if you actually install it, you'll be seeing go live. Now this live server is going to help us anything we are doing in our Visual Studio Code. Once we click on go live, it's going to go to any browser that is set as default, so you can be seeing the result. So that's the purpose of go live. Are you with me? So let me just close this tab and and cancel it. Now in this class we are going to be explaining what we call HTML boiler code. Now we need to explain what is doc type. Now doc type. What is doc type? Now this is how we write it. What is doc type? Doc type inform the browser the HTML version number of your document. Now the doc type itself is going to inform the HTML version, is going to inform the browser the HTML version number of your document. Since we are writing HTML5, okay, the doc type is going to inform the HTML, okay, we are writing HTML5. And it is the first declaration in HTML5. It is the first declaration, which means it's going to be the first thing we are going to write before any other HTML code is written. Now, how do we write it? Let me tell you guys a logic. Now, when it comes to writing HTML code, it's just some syntax you need to know. And trust me, if you know the rules and regulation, you are free to go. Now, how do we write the doc type? We need to write our less than and exclamation mark, then uppercase. When it comes to in programming language, we don't say capital letter, we say uppercase. So we need to say doc type. Then after the doc type, you close it. Now it does not make any sense. Now we need to tell them that doc type, what type of version you are writing. We are writing HTML. Now this alone inform the browser the HTML version we are writing. So it also allows the browser to be more precise in a way to interpret and render in our web page. So now this alone inform the browser. The version we're trying to write, it also inform the browser in a way so that the browser is going to interpret and render in our web page. So now this tell us that what we are writing 5.0, which is the version. It also tell us that what we are writing HTML code. Now we need to write what we call the root. The root. Now the root. What is the root? The root is the what? Is the HTML. Anything you are doing in this life actually have a root. So now if you want to plant, let's say you want to plant a pawpaw. So now the pawpaw you are trying to plant, the pawpaw is going to have a root. Are you with me? Okay, now if I decide to cut it in the middle, you'll be like, it's still going to grow until I cut it under from the root. So it's not going to grow anymore. So now we need to write the what? The HTML root. No, how do we write it? You do your what? Less than, then you write what? Do your less than, then this and this. Now if you ask me what is this, we call this one is called what? Open tag and closing tag. Are you guys with me? This open tag and closing tag. If you ask me what is the difference between the open tag and the closing tag, the difference is just that the open tag is like this, the closing tag has this slash. Finish. Are you with me? If the open tag is like this, the closing tag just have a what? A closing tag. They always call it what? Start and end tags, but let's just call it open tag and what? And closing tag. So now we need to write the HTML root. So we need to say what? HTML. So now we have this. This is the open tag and the closing tag. Then we need to write a language. Which language are we writing? English. You can write it full if you want to, but just keep it short like this. Now the HTML element is the root element that marks the beginning of what? Of an HTML document. So now this is the root of an HTML. Now is the what? It contains the start and end tags. This is the start and end tag. Now it is the largest container. Yeah, it is the largest container, which means is inside here we are going to be writing everything. Inside here we are going to be writing what? Everything. Now we need to write what? Our head. Now let's come back over here. I guess it's going to make sense. This is our HTML. This is what? Open tag. This is also a what? A closing tag. This is the head. Are you with me? We need to create a head. So now we need to create a head. So now this is how we create a head. So this is the head of our website. So we need to create a head. Sorry. So let me just. So we need to create a head. Now after the head, we need to create a title of our what? Of our website. So now let's go live. Let's actually see what we are doing. So let's go live. Now let's go live. Now this is it. This is the head of our website over here. Are you with me? This is the head. You actually see there's nothing here, so we need to actually add what? A title. So now let's add it. So we are going to say what? The title. Are you with me? The title can be what? HTML basics. So if you come over here, you are saying what? HTML basics. This is the head of our website. This is the head of our website. Now let's come over here with the help of Visual Studio Code, with the help of live server. So maybe down the live server since the port is still on. So you don't need to go live, just click on Ctrl S, everything is going to save immediately. Now we need the body of our what? Of our website. So this is the body. So we need the body of our website. So now if you come over here, this is the body of our website. So inside this body, that is where we are going to be writing what? All our HTML code. Now all together is called what? HTML boilerplate. Are you with me? This is called what? HTML declaration, which also telling the browser what version we are trying to write. This is the root of our HTML. It contains what? Start and end tag, open tag and closing tag. Is the largest container where we are going to be writing all our code inside. Are you with me? So this is the head. which this the head of our website. So we need to tell it the title. The title is what? HTML basics. So now this is the body of our website. So now let's get started. We have what we call text formatting. So we're just going to write a simple text formatting in HTML. The simple text formatting in HTML. So now we have what we call comment. These are your comment. You need to press over here. I'm using my command and slash. But if you are using Windows, I guess it should be shift and slash. You can try it over there. So now this is just like a comment. Now what is comment? Comment is just like a instruction for you developer or for other developer to understand your code. Are you with me? For other developer to understand your code. Now if you're actually going to market, you need to jot down whatsoever things you want to buy in the market. Now whatsoever things you are jotting down is also called a comment, so that once you get to the market you won't be able to forget whatsoever things you want to buy. So I will advise you to always put comment, so other developers can able to understand your code, so other developers can able to know that okay, this person knows what's actually writing. So we can just say this is a this is a what? Comment. Are you with me? This is a comment. This is just like a pattern of the way me writing my code. Just like a pattern. So it's not going to show. It's going to ignore by the Visual Studio Code. So now we need to write this comment. We need to write our what? Text formatting. So we need to write, we have H1. This is the one we use for what? For headline. Are you with me? So now we can say what? Welcome to my website. Now if you notice, it's kind of bold. Okay, it's bold. Are you with me? It's bold. So let me just do this. So okay, now we have this. Are you with me? It's bold. It's bold. Now we have H1 to what? H6. This is actually what we use for what? For headline. The higher the number, the higher the text. Now we also have what we call what? H2. We can say what? You see, with the help of what? I love pizza. Can you see? So let's just keep it simple like this. It should be okay. This one should be H1. Why this one should be what? H2. So this one should be what? We also have what? H3. Welcome to my website. This one is going to be what? H3. We also have what? H4 as well. Welcome to my website. H4. We also have H5. Welcome to my website. This one is H5. Can you see? The higher the number, the higher the text. So this is what we use for what? For headline. So it all depends on you. Anyone you feel like you want to use on your what? On your website. Now we also have what we call H6. So then H what? H6. Now this is the last one. We have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and what? H6. Now we have what we use. We have paragraph. Like say, let's just say a paragraph. What's now? Just like normal paragraph. Now in the HTML, we have a call lorem, just going to generate a random word for us. So just like lorem. Can you see this? Now this is what we use. P is for what? It's for paragraph. Now we have what we call HR. Now in HTML, we have what we call empty tags. They can also call it what? Empty tags, void tags, self close tags. Are you with me? Empty tag, void tag, self close tag. They have different type of name of calling it. What them by what? Empty tag. What them by self close tag. What them by what? Void tags. These are all the tags that do not have a what? A closing tag. They just have a what? Open tag. So one of them is what? Is HR. HR is going to create a what? A underline. Can you see? Just like underline. See these that are just like HR, just like a stretch underline. Are you with me? Just like a stretch underline. So now we have what we call break. Now break is also a what? Is also a what? A self close tag. Now let's say over here I want this whatsoever things from here to go down. You can just come over here and write what? BR. Now look, so now it's going to go down. It's also called what? A self close tags. So now we have what we call pre. Pre stand for what? Pre-formatted text. That's the meaning. Pre-formatted text. Once you just type pre, can you see it? Now how does pre works? Exact same way is on your Visual Studio Code. That's the same way it's going to be on your what? On your browser. So if you type lorem, now watch. Now don't be surprised. I said exact same way is being on your Visual Studio Code. That's the same way you are going to be seeing it on your what? On your browser. Now all this space is counting along. So let's actually move all this space. Can you see? So once I click on enter, can you see over here enter? Instead of using break, enter. So enter, 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 and what? Enter as well. Now I'm in line 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now correct. So you should know when to use prayer. You should also know when to use what? You should know when to use paragraph as well. Are you with me? All this space is counting along with it. So now this is everything you have to know about what HTML basics. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please, this is going to make me to keep making a good video like this. Thank you.